Alright, so I've had some people lately that have been having issues with installing AIX 2.0 and getting it running for Battlefield 2, so I figured since I have so many AIX videos and I seem to get questions like this quite a bit, I'd do a quick tutorial on how to install this. So the links for all these things I'm going to be showing you are in the video description, and the first thing you want to do is come here to the main ModDB page for this, and go to Files. So unless you plan on doing a multiplayer server or something, you don't need the server stuff. All you need to play the single player is the core mod files and the core map files. Just download these two. These are your primary installers for this mod. So once you have those, I already have them all here. So first of all, what you want to do, not copies, you want to get the core mod, boot it up. Now, before you do any of this, make sure your Battlefield 2 is updated to version 1.41 or 1.5. Now, if you have the Steam version or the Origin version, it should already be 1.5. The only reason you're going to need to patch this is if you have the original disc version. If you have any other version, you know, like Revive or from some other place, I don't know what to tell you. I only have a legitimate version of the game, so I can't help you there. So you want to go here if you need the patches. I don't think you need to install 1.41 before 1.5. I'm not sure. Maybe just to be safe, do 1.41 then 1.5. But this is where you can get that. Alright, so with this installer for the core mod, you want to do this first. Do not do the core maps first. Do this first, and just install it to your Battlefield 2 directory. It should default to that. Now, my version of Battlefield 2 is from Steam. I got it in 2011 or 12 when it was still available there, so my install directory might be different from yours. Just keep mind on where you installed it. So anyways, install it just straight into the BF2 folder and let it rip. Okay, so now that that's done, alright, so now that you've got that, find your core maps file and just install that to the same place. Okay, this same place, and let it go. Now, I'm not sure that it's necessary, but it's probably good practice to make sure you've booted up your Battlefield 2 at least once before you do any of this. I know some games that matters, but just saying, I always do. Alright, so now that you've done that, AIX should be up and working. That's the basics of it. So if you're going to install any other map packs, so for instance, TNG2 Part 1 and 2 come with their own installer. So these work differently than the map packs that are just folders with map folders. Alright, so it wants to install these into the programs files EA Games directory. This is not your install directory. That folder will come into play later if you're going to tweak the AI, but so you want to find your actual install folder. For me, it's in Steam. It's in the Steam directory. For you, it might be somewhere else, but since you have AIX installed in your Battlefield 2 folder, when you're choosing where to install this TNG map pack, go to Mods, then AIX2, then Levels. So make sure that the map folders go where they're supposed to. And let it go. Okay, so that's part 1. Now part 2 will probably default to the wrong place again, so make sure you put it where it needs to go. Yep, and indeed it wants to go to the wrong place again. Okay, once again, into your Levels folder, and let it go. Alright, so, as far as I know, that's the only map packs that come with their own installer other than the core map files, but the core map files is necessary. You have to install that. So, if you got map packs that are... If you have some of the other map packs, for instance, the TNG2 booster maps, or the, where is it? Or the, this one, the I'm the Headhunters map pack. Let me show you with the booster maps. These usually come in zip folders, and you'll just get something like this. So, get your directory open, not the one in program files EA Games, your directory. Mods AIX2 levels, and you can see where all the ones we've installed already are, including the TNG maps and stuff like that. So just take these and just drag them, or copy paste them, whatever. That's to all. Just drag them straight in there. That's all there is to installing these. Looks like I have some... Oh right, it's installed before. But if that happens, just, you know, overwrite. And so, I'm the headhunter, and some of these might be duplicates, but... Okay. Now, I don't think you need these zip files, just saying. I've never installed them and I've always been fine, so... Drag those into the same place. Alright, so... that is, that's that. Don't mind the CC client, it's unrelated. Now, I have a folder with a bunch of other maps I got. Just gonna put those in there since I'm installing this for myself anyways. Oh, I already had this all installed from a previous something else. Anyways, so if you want a really good place to get individual maps, I really recommend this page. It has got tons of maps, and if you're interested in that Urban Raid map, which for whatever reason seems to be a popular video of mine, it is on here. But yeah, there is tons and tons of maps here. Some of them don't work, but I mean the majority do. So I actually need this map again, so get it. And you just click on it, let it go, and this is the same thing. Once it's done, just open the zip folder. Well, let me see here. Looks like I already downloaded it. Yeah, just open the zip folder, and it ought to have like a map folder in there. Just drag it into that same folder in your directory, right here. And yeah, now you have it. So one thing that people like to do with Battlefield 2 is turn up the amount of AI that you can use. So if you're wanting to change the amount of AI you use, like 64 or whatever, check the video or the links in this video description, and I have a video about changing the amount of AI that should still work just fine. But anyways, let's open up the game and show ya. Okay, one more important thing to mention first. When you're booting AIX, do not boot Battlefield 2. You should get this icon on your desktop, and this is where you boot AIX from. Alright, here we are. So if you have your AI set up, best way to do this is, well, you can do single player, but honestly the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just to go to multiplayer and co-op and create a local server. It's like co-op. My bot ratio is set to 100 because I kind of set up my bots differently. Mine are at 64, and anyways, just follow the instructions if you're changing, follow the instructions in that video in the link if you're changing your bots. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, here we are, and we have all these maps that I installed. So let's just pick one, and it's much easier in multiplayer to play the 64 size ones if you do like a local server, and you can adjust the ticket ratios and stuff a lot better. If you followed the video I made on how to change the bot count, if you're using 64 bots, generally it's like a 73 or so ratio to keep the teams even. If you're using up to 90, you usually jack it up to 100. I did mine different, so I gotta have it 100 with 64 to keep them even. Anyways, just pick a map, boot it up, and see if it worked.
We're losing this battle. Start fighting, or I'll find someone who can.
And
Requesting pickup. Enemy troops identified. Do you copy? Sorry, Chief.
well, it seems to have worked. That is loud as hell. I don't have my audio set up to play this. But anyways, that should do it. You guys have...
Attack here.
If you guys have any... Hold on. Let me pause so I can talk. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Now, keep in mind, I do not know how to fix the black screen thing and the video settings not changing. Now, one thing I was having a problem with was when I would boot up a map, it would crash to desktop for me. For my version of the game, what fixed that was moving my install folder onto my C drive, my primary drive. For some reason, that solved my crash to desktop issues. So if you're having that, maybe try that if you're installed to some other drive. Beyond that, I've never had any real problems with AIX, so I can't tell you how to fix some of the more specific things. If it's not working for you at this point, I'm not sure what to tell you. So, but anyways, I hope that helped you guys. It's probably about time I make one of these. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. But yeah, that'll do it. I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy.